Total box office revenue in 2023 was $33.9 billion. Total gaming industry revenue in 2023 was $198 billion. Gaming industry vastly bigger. That's why the damage that DEI
20 times
and wokeism can bring is catastrophic if it takes down the gaming industry the way it did with film.
One thing I could tell you is that Rocksteady's on their last legs. That's one thing. I can tell you that a lot of devs in the industry are pissed off that Red Dead Redemption 2 is an anti-communism story, and they got really mad at Rockstar for that.
Renegade Online.
The thing with Yotei as well. Yotei apparently, like I said on Flash's thing yesterday, Yotei blindsided a lot of people at Sony apparently that weren't too knowledgeable on the game. They were under the impression that they were going to get another Ghost of Tsushima. So when they saw Atsu, that's the new main character, the woman, they were like us. They were like, what is this? And then internally, like I said as well in Flashcast, was that when they saw the backlash to Yotei, they are not happy at Sony.
Yeah.
Like, they are not happy whatsoever. They were like, they really thought they had the next, this is the slam dunk
after
thing.
What happened with Assassin's Creed Shadows, the ball was put on a tee for anyone to just knock it out of the park, and they swung and missed.
So that's why I think in 2024, the issue is this, is that there's going to be a lot of folks out there, not me necessarily, but I'm not an investor. I'm not a shareholder in Ubisoft or Disney personally. But I mean, there's going to be a lot of folks out there that are going to start looking at this day and age and saying, wait, you're green lighting a new project and you're going down the DEI road. I think in this day and age, there could be an argument perhaps made that if companies are going to do this, that people may start thinking that some of these analysts and some of these companies that are still pushing this with all the evidence in the till in 2024 for the past several years, that maybe you're defrauding investors because you may not be fulfilling your fiduciary responsibility, because the proof is in the pudding. There is a huge track record now, and it's kind of hard to argue that this sort of mantra is having any positive effect. Nothing about this is actually building the bottom line for any company that I have personally, and I haven't looked at all of them. I'm not God, but I have not seen any evidence anywhere of any company where this has absolutely enhanced the bottom line.
It's funny that you say that. So Larry Fink of BlackRock is being sued. I think now it's multiple states, but for sure at least one of them, either Tennessee or Alabama. For
Louisiana's involved.
Louisiana. Okay, so more of them are getting involved. But so the lawsuit is specifically for the misrepresentation of the success of DEI. And I didn't
hear anything about this.
Oh gosh,
Whoa.
I've been begging for updates.
I follow you. How did I miss any of this? This is wild.
Well, this has been a case that has been going on for a little while now. It was filed by, I forget who the originator was, but it was one of the state attorney generals. It has now been joined by several other states' attorneys general, for basically the standing that they claim, which makes sense, is that they represent state pensions, state employees, and of course the citizens of the state who have their own monies invested in their own 401k plans and things like this for employers that are based in their state. And the lawsuit is, the idea is companies like BlackRock, for example, are, they allege, putting metrics that are not based in ultimate return and profitability and the best interests of, right, a best interest clauses, which is now a big thing for FINRA, which is the regulatory body of the financial industry, that they're not putting the best interest of clients ultimately at the top of the hill, which is what they're supposed to be doing, is that they are subverting that by way of, we need to give greater degrees of interest to things like ESG and DEI and whatnot. That might not return the most money that we can. That might not do the best job, financially speaking, with the investors, but we think that social justice is more important. So this is where a lot of these states' attorneys generals have kind of come into play, that have joined forces and are going after some of these different organizations. And look, the proof's in the pudding. Vanguard, about a year and a half ago now, might have been end of 23, maybe end of 22. Maybe it might have been end of 22. Vanguard started backing off of ESG. Like, look, we tried this. We were told to come here and do this and that and the other thing, but I'm paraphrasing, obviously. This isn't working. So we're dialing it back.
One thing I could tell you is that Rocksteady's on their last legs. That's one thing. I could tell you that a lot of devs in the industry are pissed off that Red Dead Redemption 2 is an anti-communism story, and they got really mad at Rockstar for that. I was also randomly just told that Amandla Stenberg might be attached to a RoboCop TV show or something.
No,
I don't know why I was told that, but that's nothing I was told. So that's something random for you, I guess.
Can I ask just real quick while you're here?
Yeah.
What is, and it's kind of almost a rhetorical question. What is the deal with the angle of all this communism from the game industry? Why do they want this mantra of, I know we all know the answer. I just want to hear you. Why is it so centered around communism's okay and good, and we need to push this communistic message to everyone and use gaming as the outlet for that? I want to know your take on that.
Because they're losers.
It's the best answer, honestly.
It really is. And even if, and look, for the detractors out there that hear that the C word, communism, replace it with Marxism. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Social Marxism, socialism, whatever. It's the same. It's a lot of this is about, and it has been for some time, just the general decay of a functional moral society. Like, and again, you can have representation. You can have diversity in characters and all this, and in the workforce. That's all great. That's all awesome stuff. But when you elevate that to the level of being paramount for everything, like you have to start in the morning and go to bed at night with diversity and inclusion as being the end-all, be-all, this is why we have run into the situation now where there is so much, there is an abundance in 2024 of mediocrity.
Let me throw a
15-second
comment in real quick, guys. Yeah. 15 seconds just to throw this in. Total box office revenue in 2023 was $33.9 billion. Total gaming industry revenue in 2023 was $198 billion. Gaming industry, vastly bigger. That's why the damage that DEI
20 times
and wokeism can bring is catastrophic if it takes down the gaming industry the way it did with film.
Yeah. So before I go, I just want to say another reason why the whole communism angle is because they want to bring everyone down to their level. They don't want people to succeed. They don't want things to get better in a sense. It's just like, what the Joker says in The Dark Knight, how he brings Harvey Dent down to Batman and his level.
Yep.
That's what it's about.
Yep.
Just bring them down to where we are.
Ironically, whenever they start to see any personal success, they throw the communism out the window and start running towards.
And you notice as well, whenever games do great that don't push their agenda, Black Myth Wukong, Space Marine 2, etc.,
Harry Potter,
they never celebrate them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't bring them up.
IGN votes tabulated by Dominion, apparently. So, little joke, kids. Little joke, Dominion. Little joke. Don't sue me. Little joke. Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.